patience. And I just feel like over these last 4 years in particular, things have really shifted. They've really changed, and people are feeling really depressed, really apathetic, really stuck. They don't know what to do. And the reality is that we've gotten really far removed from who we are as humans, humans being in humanity with one another. We used to gather around the fire. We used to gather around our food, right, with our farms, our community. And now this has all been sold off to big box stores. It's become very corporatized. So we're separated from our food. A lot of us are kind of outgrowing this older version of the church. We want something more real. Instead of living in a box and just learning about things from other people's experiences, we want it to be real in our own experience. And that's not to take away from your religion, your belief, or your dogma, but that there's something so much greater that wants to emerge right now. Like, we are in a time in human history unlike any other time. It is genuinely one of the most incredible moments in human history. And let's not get distracted from the reality of that, because we get so inundated with what's going on with the wars and the rumors of wars and things that are happening in the medical realms and freedom and sovereignty that we just really completely lose track of who we are, what we're here to do, how we're here to show up. And the reality is, right now is the time to draw near and get clear, to draw near to that space within, that space that beats your heart over 100,000 times every single day, that pumps 65,000 gallons of blood every single day, that breathes 23,000 breaths without you even thinking about it. You're just sitting there at work doing your thing, and all this magic is going on. And I love saying that over and over, those kinds of concepts, because we forget what's in plain sight. It's right in front of us, and we turn this into this whole other thing, and we lose track, and we become apathetic. And I think that might just be the narrative that the whole system that's behind all of this, that owns all the food, that owns all the media, that owns now the housing, and going to be even more so, that owns the money, the control, our choices that we have on this planet. They run the whole thing. And we start to feel like we are powerless. But the truth is that you have so much in you. Right now, we're trying to create robots and things like this. With this technology, you are the most advanced biotechnology in the history of humanity. And the fact that we can learn now by external platforms like these things that you're listening to me right now on enhances our consciousness, and it is evolved us. It is evolving us. We all have very heightened levels of awareness and more higher levels of consciousness than we ever have before, but we need to act from this place. And I want you to know that you are not separate. When you get quiet and you draw near and you get clear and you sit in nature, you sit under a tree, or you sit on your couch and you take a moment to be in prayer, to be in meditation, to be in the presence of this beautiful, infinite, incredible creation that we are and we're meant to live. And we have a chance to hold a frequency of joy, hold a frequency of love, hold a prayer throughout the Easter weekend. It is a very beautiful thing, and it is your birthright that you are really, truly a gift. You are a miracle. You are a grace of our Creator. Whatever you want to label that Creator, I don't think it's a dude sitting on a cloud with a long beard. I think we've long outgrown that, and I just really want to inspire you to get back truly in connection with you, because where we're going and where we're headed into these times, I believe we're headed into some rough seas. I used to work on a crab boat in Alaska, and I've been in 20, 30 plus foot seas, and this is very scary. And the one thing I did more than anything was I prayed and I held the vision of what I'm doing, and that's actually how I became the doctor. It's how I became the healer. I said, look, God, you get me out of this, I'll do anything. This is nuts. And that's how we need to be. We need to be humbled. We need to be prepared. We need to be in our heart. We need to be connected to nature. We need to be connected to our community, and know that this is a great moment in human history. This is the moment where the heroine or the hero is on his back. He is battling out David and Goliath, or the Goliath over him. We've got the dragon, over the heroine. And there's a moment where I'm not going to make it. And there's pain and there's blood. And we've seen all this warfare and bloodshed. And then we say, but no, There's something inside that emerges, and we stand powerfully. And this is a revolution of the heart, a revolution of the human spirit. All of this darkness, all of it, we can alchemize and transform into the light. That's what nature does all day long, buried under the layers of the rubble and the sand and the stone and the rock and the mud and literally the shit that makes it fertile ground for the flower to grow. Let's take it from nature, the original creation of our Creator, this beautiful church that we live in, called our gorgeous earth, until we mowed it all down from our greed. We take that pressure, that darkness, and we push through it, and we grow through towards the light in service to growing towards the light. That's what nature does. So, guys, you are not alone in this. There's so many of us that feel this way. And I just want you in your own private chamber or with your friends or your loved ones to hold this space in place of like, you know what, honey, let's say a little prayer. Let's say some love. Let's hold it in our hearts. Let's recognize that we're trying to create all these computer systems. We already have the most bio-advanced technology there is. There's nothing going to be more beyond us other than something that is going to be operating that's not even really sentient. Maybe it will be, but it's whatever they pump into it, sentience. You are already a gift. Let's utilize what you have because we need you. And the more of us that recognize that we are it's like an acupuncture point on this earth, that we stand for beauty, we stand for grace, we stand for power and, blessing on this planet. And then from there, when you hold that energy, and Jenny holds that energy, and then John holds that energy, and then all your neighbors start to hold this energy in your community, or you come together, there's power in this. They've done studies over and over and over, and it's about holding that space and being quiet and listening. Where is it calling me? What does it want me to do? How is it wanting me to show up? And I call that the space that beats my heart. I mean, that's the divine space. That is the creation, the creator space. You have that within us. And you got to recognize all the food, air, water propaganda, the Kellogg's boxes, and all the poison and shit that we put in our body. Everything from the toothpaste to the products to all the xenoestrogens and hormones and chemicals and everything, in everything. It's in everything. After 45,000 patient visits that I've seen, we're being polluted, guys. We have to stand up and say, well, I'm not buying that stuff. I'm not buying your I'm small story, and I'm rising and I'm growing and I'm amplifying in this time. And I see this vision, and you are so needed in this. Shift you out of this. If you're actually wondering, like, how am I doing in my life right now? And you're feeling depressed and worried and apathetic, like I've been there too, just like me. There's a moment where you have to say, I'm not going to lay on that battlefield and be crushed by the dragon or by a Goliath. I am potent. I am powerful. I am needed. And I'm going to stand up. And you know what? Maybe that's crazy talk to some people, but I would rather be crazy than depressed and suicidal. And I see, like, how does it show up in my life? Well, I've worked with tens of thousands of children. I've worked with, over 30,000 other adults. Man, that's cool, And that's all in the past. Man, we're just getting started, guys. We're just getting started. You've done great things. You've got more that wants to come through you. And a lot of us are just stuck in our shitty job. This whole thing was set up like a cage. It's the damn Truman Show. But it is time we rise. I love you. This is Dr. K, and I have no idea how to turn off this live, but I'm going to figure it out. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.